So you see I uploaded that Goodbye Mills video in February. Currently it's March 6th actually, 2020. And it's been an interesting start off here with my new company. Which, by the way, the name of my company is, let's take a look here, Freightworks. Based out of, it's pronounced, well, it's spelled Rutherfordton, North Carolina, but the locals call it Ruffton, North Carolina. Currently, I'm at the old terminal because we're moving from where we are about 5 miles down the road, which I'm gonna pop over that in a second. But at the moment, this is where I'm at, guys. Our old terminal, parked here overnight. This is where we're kind of, it all started here with the company. Like I said, we haul refrigerated hazmat, and you'll see at the other yard we do some tanker as well. And let's see, let's take a look here. There's old girl, my new one for right now anyway. So these are our trailers, and then this is the, like I said, the old shop. Everything's getting moved over either this weekend or next weekend. So let's hop in the truck. So I'm heading to the other yard right now to pick up my trailer, and we'll see. We'll get over there, we'll get hooked up, and we'll talk about a few things, and then I got to get rolling. But I want to tell y'all what's been happening. Okay, over here at the new terminal, I'll take a look here. So that over there is going to be the where the driver's lounge, and they're actually going to set up like some little rooms for drivers to overnight if they need to, instead of sleeping in their trucks when they're at the terminal. This is going to be the shop. The other shop, you couldn't even pull all the way through it. This one's got multiple bays, doors on both sides. And then that up there is the office, the main office for what I call the big house, just where everything's gonna be taking place, orientation and stuff like that. And there's our tanker units. We have a couple of dry vans. We don't do very much of that, but they are here. Some of our other reefer units are there. We haul various kinds of tanker freight. Most of it's hazmat. And so I'll be doing a little bit of that as well. So that's, this is the new place. We haven't moved into it just yet though. It's a work in progress. They've got a lot they got to do here, but at the moment we're using it, of course, to keep trailers and such. Like I said, it's a smaller company, got about 100, like I said, 99 in my last video. I think it's about 115, 120. They do all 48 states, and but it's a growing company. So when you come into a company that's only about 8 years old, there's some things you got to deal with. So let's hop in the truck and we'll talk about my last few weeks. All right, so a little change of plans on getting back in the truck after I just showed you the outside of the old shop and the outside of the new shop. I got a message from my dispatcher when I got back in the truck, and got busy. Plus I wanted to give it a few days so I could really talk about what's happened my last 3 weeks. So I started here February the 17th, and it is March the 11th or so. You know what day it is. Yeah, it's March the 11th. Tomorrow I'll be going on home time, the 12th. Today they have me just running around doing some stuff locally. Right there is one of our new Cascadias. They had me bring it up here to the Loves because we're getting new tires put on 4 trucks, but I'm only getting 1 done today because that's all they have tires for. 8 of the drive tires. Apparently we don't do recaps of any kind, so and this truck came with recaps on it. Anyway, so since I've been here, it's been quite a journey. And the people at FreightWorks are great people. They want what's best for you, the driver. They really do seem to try to communicate that during the orientation process and the way they respond. I had equipment problems. They gave me a 2016 T680. It smelled so bad. The lady that had it before me, she got it brand new apparently in 2016. And it smelled like she'd been hot boxing, smoking with the windows up, heat on. It smelled like a baked gym sock in there. So damn bad. I told him it wasn't satisfactory. I told him I said, you know, guys, this is not going to work. They were like, okay, we'll work on getting you something else. And since this company doesn't have a whole bunch of extra trucks, they're like, kind of got to work with what we have right now. And I understand that. I told my dispatcher, I said, I know you can't just ship me a new truck, but I know we got some new ones coming in, like these Cascadias. These Cascadias are manuals. I can't do a manual. I had knee surgery back in November, and which I didn't tell any of y'all about, I don't think. But I was out for 3 weeks because of my knee surgery, and they said we'll get you some as soon as we can. So I take that truck. Not only aesthetically was it unsatisfactory in many ways. I mean, there were stains and smells that were unidentifiable. Just a bad truck. It had just been really put through the paces by the previous driver. I drove that truck for about a week, and it broke down on me. My very first breakdown of my career. Never broke down one time at Millis. That doesn't mean that Millis's equipment's bulletproof and can't be broken down, because there were people that had newer trucks. I had a 2019 at Millis. People that had 2020s and 2019s were breaking down. I'm just saying I never broke down. So it was new for me. Well, I was broke down. I'm not going to go into the full details, but I had to end up essentially limping my way onto the closest Kenworth dealership. There I sat for a day. They tried to figure out what kind of truck they were going to put me in. Ultimately had to put me in a rental. So I was in a rental truck week 2 of being with FreightWorks. Drove that for a week. Came back around. While I had the rental, I had to get brakes adjusted on a trailer. I had no brakes on a trailer. I was hauling a 40,000 pound load. Never had to do that before, but that's not their fault. That happens. These are things that happen. Trucks break down, trailers need repair. I get it. Week 3, they circled me back through to get my Kenworth. Brought me back into the shop. put me in another Kenworth. Now, same color and everything, was a royal blue. It's the one I'm in right now. Much cleaner, in much better shape, but still mechanically there are some issues. There's a tire pressure monitor that won't go off. There's a check engine light that seems to be on all the time. And all their equipment's old, except for their team trucks. And that's where I have a bit of a problem. It seems like the first thing that they upgraded, and they have focused on exclusively upgrading until very recently, literally just got these trucks in that I'm getting tires switched out on like today, or yet might have got them yesterday, but whatever. Quality of equipment seems to be prioritized to the teams here. And I'm not bitching, oh, the teams get better. No. When every team you see has a 2020 Volvo 860, and all of the solo drivers are rocking 2015, 2016, 2014 trucks that seem to be on their last leg, just seems like there wasn't a staggered implementation of equipment. It seems like it was just all new equipment for the team drivers. And I can't speak for every team driver truck, but just when I've spent the plenty of time I've spent at the terminal, that's what I've noticed. As I've mentioned, we've got new trucks coming in. I know for a fact they've got at least 15 brand new Volvos on the way. And I think they're coming in to replace the Kenworths. And honestly, for anybody out there who's specifically married and just dry hump any particular brand, I want a truck that I ain't got to worry about breaking down. You know, as a company driver, I just want something that's going to be as little headache as possible. If I was buying the truck, I'd be a little bit maybe more specific on what kind of truck it was, but it don't make a kiss my ass what it is. I need something that ain't gonna break down on me. So when I can break away from these 2016 trucks, I'd be glad to. And for those of you who might be watching my videos for the first time, looking to get into trucking, my number ratio, and this is just my number, this is something I came up with, for every 1 year in a truck is about 3 years in a regular vehicle. So if you got a 4-year-old truck, that's a 12-year-old truck. Really, I mean, when somebody tells you they got a 2017 or 2016, I mean, unless you're owner op for a company, that's old. That's an older truck. And my truck, the 2016's got 630,000 miles on it. So I've had airbag issues. I've had just all kinds of issues, man. The communication, so aside from the equipment, it's a very green team as far as dispatching goes. It seems like, because if it's an 8-year-old company, you got to remember that means the oldest employee there is going to be 8 years in. Not a whole lot of tenure. My dispatcher at Millis started with Millis when he was 19. He was like 50 something. So he had been with Millis as a dispatcher longer than this company has been a company that I'm with right now. So I don't expect to come in and there to be all this exceeding experience and everybody knowing, what the right thing to do is all the time. And the communication just seems to be lacking with a lot of just between the dispatchers and stuff. Like I have a regular dispatcher, and then I have his assistant. His assistant has to kind of ask questions to the main guy whenever he doesn't know, but he doesn't seem to know a lot, but that's okay because he's new. But as far as efficiency goes, I just don't understand why he's not just sitting beside of the other guy and they're working in tandem instead of he now has this new workload of drivers. Not being a dispatcher, I don't necessarily understand that. So maybe I'm just way off base. So they put me on a load for my home time, I was supposed to, the short version is I was supposed to go to Virginia and then go to Pennsylvania and then deliver in Florida on the 11th and then go pick up in Mississippi around like 4 o'clock or so on the 11th, so today, and then take that load up to back up home. And I need to, and my home time was scheduled for the 12th in the morning. I have an appointment tomorrow morning, and that's the load they put me on. And I had to say, guys, there's no possible way that this will work. And they went back to the drawing board. Oh, okay, that's not going to work. So they put me on another load, going from Virginia to be delivered in Louisiana at 2 p.m. and then the other load being picked up at 5 still. I'm like, that's the same damn thing. I still won't be able to head back home any sooner because my load home is the same load home. So they were like, okay, we'll just pick up that load in Virginia and just drop it in our yard, and then we'll get you doing stuff today, which is what I'm doing right now, running around doing these little shop tasks. But I'm still getting paid my guarantee, so I'm okay with it. But those are the things I'm talking about. Those are the things that I haven't had to deal with before, kind of having to protect my home time, having to make sure that it's done correctly. But I don't think that it's malicious or anything like that. I honestly just feel like it's just a level of, it's a learning curve for somebody in that office. And they're all just trying to figure it out, and I understand that. I mean, we're all new sometime, and I'm not mad. They responded every time with, yep, okay, cool, we'll get this fixed. Never once has it been, well, just deal with it or make it happen or whatever. Nothing stupid like that. But y'all, it's been a rough 3 weeks. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's been a damn rough 3 weeks. Now, I came over here because the money was better. It was a guarantee, so whenever there was downtime, I would be taken care of. And the miles are aplenty. And that is still true. The people here are the most respectful and attentive people I've had the pleasure of working with. And as a trucking company, it's amazing how humble most of these people are, especially the technicians. It blows my mind how respectful and just good-natured these technicians are. Not that technicians are all assholes, but I've worked in many shops in my life, and most technicians are an interesting breed. And these guys here, everybody's just nice. Yep, do I have I don't want to say a piece of shit truck because the other one was, but this one I got's okay. It'll get me by for right now until I break down, at which point I'll show you a video. But I feel like coming soon here, I'll be getting a new truck, and I think that we're just holding on. I've talked to the recruiter even recently. He said, if everybody could just hold on, we got some good stuff coming. So they're really trying. Like I showed you, we're moving to that new facility. There's a lot of big things coming here for FreightWorks, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. And I am truly growing pains could not explain this any better. Because damn it, boy, it's been a rough 3 weeks. And tomorrow I'll be home, and then we'll start over another 2 or 3 weeks out, see what happens then. I know it's been a long video, but I wanted y'all to know what I've been up to, where I've been, and just to kind of give you the full video, full deal, everything that's been happening to me. I don't have anything else to say. I need to go check on this tire situation, see if them tires have showed up yet. Appreciate y'all for hanging around. That last video that I uploaded, my goodbye video, I haven't even had a chance to get in and respond yet. But man, you guys have everybody's so supportive. I just love it. Love it. And I got big things coming. Don't worry. And we're setting it up. I got a meeting this coming up week. So until next time, drive on, driver. Y'all stay safe out there.